are in listen-only mode.
Thank you much for joining me this evening. I just want to tell you a little bit about myself. I started trading full-time probably just under 20 years ago, and I wanted to trade the US markets first of all because that's where all the action was. I was very lucky that I got into a company in the city, and I went with them, went to Vegas, worked with their best traders in Vegas. When I came back, I was training for principal, and I used to do the various instructions and things like that. But where it really changed was I went to another company, and there was a young man of 28 there, and he was exceptional at what he did. And I looked at what he did. He was very, very young, very quick, very fast. But the basics of what he had were different from anything else I'd ever seen before.
Alan, sorry, can I stop you there? Can you speak up slightly more, my friend?
Okay.
Is that better? A few people saying that they can't hear you.
Okay, I've got my mouth right to the mic.
Okay, brilliant.
Anyway, so what I did was I went to another trading company. There was a young man there who was trading an awful lot, but he had the basics of something. He was very, very good as well. And he had the basics of something which was really, really quite exceptional. It was different to anything else I'd ever seen. Now, not a lot of people could manage to do what he did, but you could take it and you could make it simpler and you could do other things with it. So whereas other people were calling out in the room and saying, I'm just waiting for this to set up, and then turn around and say, oh no, the RSI didn't do this, he'd turn around and say, what do you mean? I just made $1,000 on that move. And what he was doing is he was trading price action, but in a way that he'd learned it himself. And it worked for him. It worked for him really very, very well. So he had a lot of other things as well. So I took that price action and I designed it to suit myself because I was a slower trader than he was. And I worked on this and it worked very, very well indeed. And I was lucky enough that the CEO of TradeStation was talking to me one day in London, and he said, you've got basics of something really good. I think we could make it better. So I'm going to send you to Chicago, and I want you to work in Chicago, learn with my guys, and you'll learn how to program it and make it really, really work. So I went to Chicago, and when I came back, I then did some work out of New York. And when it came to the 2010 IX trading show, I entered the day trading competition and I won it with this style of trading. It's called pivotal area trading. And I then used it on different markets, and it works on lots and lots of different markets, and it works extremely well on Forex. And so I use it on Forex all the time. And I read all the things that other people are doing, and I have to smile to myself because the algos that the big banks use don't use standard technical analysis. They're very good at faking what people are looking for. But with pivotal area trading, when you're trading in price action, you can see exactly what they're doing. Now, the thing in Forex is you need to be greedy, but not too greedy. And the system that I use, right, does exactly that. It will tell you when the moves are starting, and it will tell you when they're finishing. And what I've got is I've got all the setups in the charts that you need to look for. So you can do it on normal charts. I now look at normal charts, and I can do it on normal charts. And I'm going to teach on the trading course, I'm going to teach you how to do it on normal charts. You can just have your broker's charts, and you can use this pivotal area trading to trade Forex with. If you want to take it one step further, on the day, I'll show you a little bit of software that I use that actually marks on the chart where the move actually starts. And I'll show you a scanner that I use, which in real time hunts through all the Forex pairs and tells me which ones I should be looking at. Because quite honestly, I can't look at 20 different charts in real time, but a scanner can scan those charts and tell you, hey, you should be looking here, you should be looking there. So the course I'm going to do is not like other courses. It's based on pivotal area trading, It's based on Forex, but believe you me, you could take all the things that we're going to do on that day and you could use it to trade in any time frame, any style that you want. And I believe that this is the way forward, because the algo guys out there that are working for UBS and people like that, I've been to their conferences and I know the type of setups that they go looking for today. And they're different from things that we used to do 20 years ago. Okay, if you think of a lot of standard technical analysis, it's from 40 and 50 years ago. Think of the way that technology has changed. Don't you think that there are new setups now with technology? New setups where we're getting things moving, okay, from places where you wouldn't otherwise think that was occurring. I remember going back, I can't remember, about 2 years ago, I was sitting in an office and we used to use some harmonics for trading years ago, and there was various setups you had. But when you've got momentum in a chart, it doesn't say, hey, look, there's a such and such a setup from like 50 years ago, or there's an Elliott wave pattern, or this, that, and the other. It goes with the momentum. And I was in my office, and there was a doctor who was trading, and he came in and said, I'm going to short the euro dollar. I said, what are you talking about? The momentum is so strong behind this. And he said, oh, there's a bearish Gartley pattern. And I said, I don't care if there's a man with a red flag waving in front of my chart. The momentum is so strong, it will carry on. These old-fashioned patterns don't come into play anymore. And sure enough, about 4 hours later, I'm still riding the move. And, you know, he was losing. The same thing happened with my IT guys. I was in there. The yen was incredibly weak. My system was telling me just to stay long all the time. And they came in and they said, oh, they just called a bearish Gartley pattern. And once again, I just laughed and said, look, just remind me to double up. Right? You can't step in the way of momentum. You need to look at things in a different way now than we did literally 10 years ago. Everything in trading has changed over the last 10 years, as has technology changed. So lots and lots of people are still doing the old-fashioned things out there that I used to do 20 years ago, and they are no longer relevant. There's about 50% that is no longer relevant. And what I do is I'm going to show you all the things that are working in today's markets. Another thing that happens in Forex is this. Loads of people there look at the 5-minute charts or they're looking at the daily charts, but they don't understand the story that's going on in between those two. Okay, so you've got the daily guys and they're looking for their candlesticks, and you're looking at the intraday guys and they're looking at 5-minute, 15-minute. But there is a story that is going on right in the middle, and I'm going to teach you how to read that story, how to spot a setup before anybody else has seen it. Okay, the 5-minute guys are too close to the action and they're caught in the noise. The daily guys are too late to the action, they've missed it. But if you know how to read the charts in between, you can get an edge on people that other traders just can't do. And if you can get in, you can get 2 to 3 day runs on Forex that will make you write a week's money or a month's money just in one go. Okay, this is a style of trading that not many people are doing. They're either too close or they're too far away. So there's a lot of things that I'm going to teach you in Forex that you will never have seen before. And I'm going to include the trading system that I use, the scanner that goes out and will find you those FX opportunities that are out there. So you can come to the market any time of the day, turn on your scanner, and it will tell you exactly what's going on and where you should be looking. Okay, all this is new, completely new. I've got a big broker at the moment who keeps taking me out, very kind of him, and I've been looking on his website and I can see all the standard technical analysis, and lots of it is just not working. It just doesn't work in it. You've got to know exactly what's going on, what the latest game in the market is. I started all this by looking at patterns, intraday patterns, in about 2005. And I used to watch the market makers in the US, and I noticed that they had different intraday patterns that you could find anywhere else. And I actually wrote a book on it, which is privately sold to traders. And when I'm on the course with you, I'm going to give you one or two of those patterns that you can use in the afternoon to trade the Dow with. See, when we trade Forex, it's all very, very nice, but when it comes to the afternoon, there are very, very good setups that you can have on the Dow where instead of making 30 pips, 40 pips, 50 pips, you can make 100 pips, 150 pips. So what I'm going to do in the course is I'm going to give you that little bit extra and show you patterns that exist in the US market in the first half an hour of trading. These are things that you won't read in any book, you won't see out there on the internet. Those are things I've watched the market for, studied it, and seen happen. Okay, now, is there any questions? Would anybody like to ask any questions? I don't know if they can be relayed to me, can they? Yeah, pivotal area trading is what it does. The true definition of a pivotal turning point is a point about which you rotate. Now, if you go and look for pivot points in the markets, all they're giving you is they're giving you support and resistance lines. Now, those floor trading pivots were great years ago, but they fake everything now. And what we want is true, real-time pivotal turning points. And I'm going to give you the setups that will show you where you go looking for these pivotal turning points. Because the best time to get in is when everybody's the wrong way and the trend is going to change. And it doesn't work how it used to do years ago. So this is what pivotal area trading is all about. It's about finding those pivotal areas that nobody else has seen and understanding the time of the day that they should actually start going and getting on a move before anybody else has worked out what's going on. Yeah. Right. Okay. Well, a pip is the smallest movement that you can make in a currency pair. So if you went from $1.60 to $1.61, the difference there is 100 pips. And what you do is that you take a position and you make so much money per pip. So if you had a spread betting account and you moved 1 pip and you bet £10 on that, then you make £10. So the other day, pound against the dollar actually broke out. It broke out through $1.70. And everybody was like really keen on it, and I think it ran about 60 pips during the day. And if you'd opened an account with a spread betting company and you'd traded £10 a pip or £10 a point, then you would have made £600 that day. So it's the smallest part of movement. Now, right at the beginning of the course, I'm going to go over all the basics. So all the basics, like, what is a pip? What is this? So that's going to be the first part of the course, all the basics. And then I'll take it a little bit further as we go on during the day. Yeah. Okay, well, you know that more than me, actually. It's been held on Saturday the 28th of June, and it's £495. And it's in Wolverhampton, yes. So many of these courses are held in London, and a lot of people around the Midlands don't get a chance to go to these things. So with your help, I've decided to go to Wolverhampton and do this course. Okay, well, there's a difference between day trading and swing trading. Okay, swing trading is where you take positions over a number of days and maybe weeks. So I've got about 4 of those open at the moment. Okay, but with day trading, you tend to just trade during the day. So you, especially over the weekend, you go flat. Okay, so you tend to trade during the day and try and be flat at the end of the night. Now, I'm always flat over the weekend when I'm day trading, But once or twice, I will, if I'm on a move, I'll run it over a number of days. And the great thing about Forex is it trades 24 hours a day. So I can put a stop in. A stop is an electronic order that protects your position, and that will be good all through the night. Now, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to manage risk. So what I'm trying to do first of all is get this stop, and I'll explain this on the course, get it to break even on my entry so that I can't lose. So the first part of the trade is I'm managing risk. Okay? But I'll explain all of these basics on the course. Okay, well, last week I was doing a blog, and I was writing up a blog, and I was explaining the trades I was taking. So the first time that the pound and the US, we call it cable actually, pound against the US dollar went through 170. I said in the blog, I said I'm going to short this. Okay, shorting is where you bet on it going down rather than up. So on Forex you can make money whichever way it goes. And what they did was they made a little move. 170 is a key level, a really key level that's been an area of resistance for quite a few years. And I said to the guys, I'm going to short this, because what happened was that most people look at the markets in a horizontal way, and the market actually works in a vertical way. So most of the people looking at the markets are actually looking the wrong way. And what they did was they ran it through 170 to try and fake everybody the wrong way, if you see what I mean. So the uninformed, they took it through there and everybody bought because they look at levels, whereas I'm looking at vertically and I'm looking at the pivotal waves that are going on. And so I shorted into that and made a lot of money. Now, when you trade Forex, my idea is that I go out and make a day's money every single day, and then there'll be a time where I make the blowout money because I'm on a move that will literally run and run. So on that particular day, so last week, I had 4 winning days and 1 losing day. And probably the best move was when I said to the guys in the blog, I'm shorting this move through 170. Okay, and then later on, it pulled back and it made a pivotal wave setup. And I said to the guys, you know, take a look at this. It's just gone through 170. And that's the day that I thought it would go through. So it tested it first of all, rejected it. Okay, and the next time it went through. So 4 out of 5 days last week. No, I'm going to teach you. I mean, if somebody wants to take it further, I will gladly take it further with them. But I'm going to teach you all the things that you can use on your broker's chart. So you can, the things I'm going to teach you, you can just use your broker's charts and you can go out trading straight away. However, if you do want to take it a bit further, I'll show you some things on the course that can actually help your trading. It's like any hobby, if you like. I might get into photography and I'll buy a camera, a basic camera, and if it's quite good, I can take reasonable photographs. But then I'd say to myself, you know, if I had a telephoto lens, I could do this, that, and the other. Well, I'll teach you all the basics that you can go and use, but I'll show you the little extras that you can have if you wanted to go down that route. Does that explain that? Okay, well, I've been there and done it, and I used to run a trading floor in the city. I ran an online US room for about 4 years, and if you've been trading, you'll know that it can get a little bit boring. If you can make your money, your day's money by 10 o'clock, what do you do for the rest of the day? And so one of the things is that you get a bit fed up with things, and it's rather nice if you have a day out. If you remember when I came to see you in Wolverhampton, I said I've been training for 3 days solid and I'm a bit bored, and coming to see you in Wolverhampton was a nice day out for me. Okay, so it's just a pleasant change where you can go and meet, other traders. It's like this week, I'm going to Amsterdam, right, to see some other traders, just to have a break. So training for me is just a break away from the screens. Yes, we're looking for 10 or more people to come on the 28th of June, Saturday the 28th of June. And if you're interested in trading, you're going to learn an awful lot that you can go away straight away and start trading Forex. And it's going to be a course like you've not seen before. As I said, so many people are doing old-fashioned things that are not working. What I'm going to teach you is the latest things, the latest setups that you can look for every single day on the markets. So it's going to be, you can come along even if you don't understand anything about Forex, because at the beginning of the day, I'm going to teach you all the basics about it. So at the end of the day, that you'll know everything. You'll have email backup and phone backup to me afterwards. So I'll give you my number and my email address. And anything you want to ask, right, you can just call me and I'll answer your question. Okay, the best time really is I start looking from about 7 o'clock in the morning. Okay, because that's the beginning of the day. And if something, right, we have the European morning, so currencies are going to run during the morning, and then the US comes on stream in the afternoon. So if I'm going to get a big run, that's the time that it's going to start, between about 7 and 8:30 in the morning. And so that's why I'm interested in that time every single day. Well, the great thing about Forex is that they give you a very large margin. They give you 100-to-1 margin. And so you don't need a lot in there. Right, so if lots of people open a spread betting account, and they do it with that, and so long as you put your stop in, I would suggest that £1,000, £1,000 would suit anybody who wanted to start going, because in the first instance you're not trading very large size. The idea is when you start, you trade small size, and then you build up. So once you get the technique going, you say, okay, fine. I've had a target of £100 a day. I'm making that every day. Now I'm going to step my size up, right, double it, and then you make twice that, so you make £200 a day. Then when you've got that, you say, right, okay, I'm going to double this up, and then you'll start making £400 a day. Now, if you think £400 a day, £500 a day, you're talking about £2,000 a week. And which is very good money for a lot of people. I'm talking about £100,000 a week, 50,000 a year. No, what a lot of the traders actually do is they actually take their Forex trades with a spread betting company, and all of that is tax free. Yes, I'll talk about the different ways that you can trade Forex. And I would suggest that probably, from what I know, probably about 70% of the traders in the UK are probably spread bets in Forex, so they're getting it all tax free. Okay, the question was, are trading profits taxable? Well, one of the ways that about 70% of traders in this country get around it is that they trade with a spread betting company, and it means that all the money they make is completely tax-free. Now, on the course, I'm going to explain exactly how you do that with the spread betting company. So I'll be getting slides up showing you exactly how I take a trade with the spread betting company and how all that is completely tax-free. Can you just say that again to me? No. Okay. Right. This question is, when should I expect traders to be at the screen? The thing is with Forex, it's a 24-hour market. It trades 24 hours a day. The main push is during the morning and during the afternoon. So the reason I look at it between 7 o'clock and 8:30 in the morning is because that's when we're coming out of Asia and the big money is coming in. But traders can go to the screens at any time of the day, and you only have to get a small move to make some money. So you could come, let's say, the reason I teach the Dow, by the way, on the same calls is because that goes on, that moves very nicely to 9 o'clock at night. And there's a lot of traders that trade Forex at odd times. They also trade the Dow. And you don't hear about this on the web. Nobody seems to talk about it. They tend to talk about Forex all the time. But I'm going to include the Dow because loads of guys that trade Forex with the spread betting companies. The spread betting companies also offer the Dow. And there's very good moves from when people come home from about 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock. Okay, what they're doing, the US market is running into the close. Okay, so that there are opportunities throughout the day, and I'm going to teach you the different setups that you could expect at different times of the day. So there are things that go on in the morning, there are things that go on in the afternoon, things in the middle of the afternoon, and things in the evening. So you can come there anytime you like. The big move, of course, is if you pick something up in the morning between 7:30, 8 o'clock, and you're lucky and it runs all day. But I'll go through all the different time segments where you can expect setups to occur. Okay, you can start with, yeah, okay. Yes, the question is, what are the fees for trading Forex? Well, your broker, the fees, you can start with no fees whatsoever. Your broker gives you the chance for free. You don't pay for anything else, and the spreads on the currencies are really tight. You can see the spreads, and what I'll do in the course is that I will take a picture, and so you can see the spread. So I like to keep spreads down to about 1 or 2 points. If you trade the Dow, it's 1 point. So if you were betting with a spread betting company, say £2 a point, then your spread would be £2. There's no extra cost. There's no stamp duty. There's no fees. That's it. Okay, all you're doing is paying the spread. It's not like you've got, let's say you're trading the stock, and you've got to pay 0.5% stamp duty, you've got to pay £12, to your broker. None of that exists on Forex. Any cost is just in the spread. There's no other cost whatsoever. Okay, so £2 a point, it's a 1 point spread, costs you £2 to trade. Okay, so the great thing about it is there's no costs. Now, if you want to buy add-ons, right, to a charting package that you might get, you might decide to go and get a third-party package, and I'll show you those. And in the third-party package, you can put a scanner in there, right, and you can put various things in there, and all of those come out to you own them, and they come out at a few hundred quid. But I'll show you exactly what they are. So if you trade with a broker, right, absolutely free. There's no extras at all. Every time you take the trade, right, it's the cheapest way to trade. And I'll show you how to do that. And like I say, the profits are tax free. Okay, well, the brokers make money, right, out the spread. Okay, so what they do is that they'll get that spread wholesale, and so let's say that they're charging 1 point. Well, they'll probably pay a quarter of a point wholesale, and they're making in the spread. That's how they're making their money. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is that in the course I'm going to show you a couple of brokers that I recommend, and I'm going to show you the reasons why. Okay, so I'll give you a really good spread betting company that I think is very, very good, and I'll go through their platform so that you can understand their platform. And I'll show you another broker as well that I think is very good. So I'm gonna leave that to part of the course. Okay, has anybody else got a question that they'd like to ask? Yes, the great thing about trading is that you can do. Yeah, Paul said he's got about an hour a day to trade. The great thing about trading the markets is, especially a 24-hour market like Forex, is that you don't need much time. You can actually you can set and forget trades. You can actually put a trade in. When you've got your hour spare, you can go through looking for different trades, put your trade in, and you can put a target level that you'd like to take profits and a stop level. So you can, no matter how much time you've got, then there'll be a setup on the course that will help you. Okay. Yes. Okay. Somebody asked about doing more courses, and I realised that there's another date that we can do, and that is Saturday, the 26th of July. Okay, so this one is on the 28th of June, on the Saturday in Wolverhampton, and the other date, if we've got enough people, would be the 26th of July, if you can't make that day. Sure. Okay. Okay. Yes. Right. I'd like to say thank you very much for listening to me today. If any of you'd like to ask me any questions personally, I own a website which is forextradeschool.co.uk. That's FOREX tradeschool.co.uk, and on that page there you can have a look at some of the things I do in Forex. There's even a video of me teaching Forex, so you can get an idea of what I do. You can read a little bit, I think, about pivotal area trading, and if you want to ask me a question, then there's a contact box on there, and that will come straight through to my email, and I'll get straight back to you. But if you'd just like to mention that you heard me on the webinar, it would just give me an indication of where you come from. So I'd just like to say thank you very much for listening, and hopefully I look forward to seeing some of you on the course. Okay, so that's me all done. Thank you very much once again, and have a very good night, and I look forward to seeing some of you on the course. Many thanks for listening.